YouTube family, we back. What's the literature? Don't forget to subscribe. Today we got another Playmaker Production, and we finna go over the top 10 first 3 seasons in the NBA. The pool of players that I'm using is from the 2000s due to the fact that if I would have did it from the 80s, 90s, it just would have been too hard. Alright, let's kick this off at 10. We got Chris Paul, aka CP3. Chris Paul was selected in the 2005 NBA draft and went 4th overall. CP3 took home the Rookie of the Year award while averaging 16 points, 7.8 assists, and 5.1 rebounds. The year before CP3 arrived, the Hornets went 18-64 and finished dead last in their division. CP3 came in, immediately improved the team's wins by 20 in his first season alone, earning himself first team All-Rookie honors. The Hornets barely missed out on the playoffs in CP3's second season. We all know how the Western Conference is in the NBA, but that would just lead to CP3 breaking out in his third season, leading the Hornets to their playoff berth with the victory over the Dallas Mavericks in the first round. They could have went to the Western Conference Finals had they not blown a 2-0 lead, and they were up 3-2 to close the series out versus the Spurs, and they couldn't get it done. Being up 2-0 is just not kind to my guy. Nevertheless, though, CP3 had a great first 3 seasons and earned him 10 on the list. Number 9. We got Donovan Mitchell here. Now, before y'all say I'm taking in recency bias to this list, the criteria I tried to go off of was more so valuing the impact from the players' first 3 seasons, whether you got your team into the playoffs, really your true impact on your organization. Like, more so individual stats are cool, but when you're drafted to help improve your team situation from the year prior. At pick 13 in his draft, Utah immediately feeling the loss of Gordon Hayward that summer. They did not expect a 13th overall pick to come in and dominate like he did. For sure, like coming in, being the number 1 scoring option. All of his since he's been there, he's been number 1. And people really got to see the type of star that he was last year in the playoffs and the bubble, dropping crazy numbers. And even this year on a bum ankle and how he was carrying the team. You know, they beat the Big 12 and the Grizzlies in the first round, then ran into them Clippers in the second round. I still don't think they would have got past them with a healthy Kawhi, but Donovan Mitchell has definitely placed his stamp on the league. At the 8 ball, we got Logo Lillard, Damian Lillard, Dame Dollar, Dame Time. Y'all tracking on that, right? But earning Rookie of the Year honors, Damian Lillard's impact on the Portland Trailblazers organization has been felt since day one. It was well deserved, especially after, losing great prospects like Greg Oden and of course Brandon Roy to injuries. Having Dame come in and be the guy that he was for Portland it's been amazing. And Kobe knew from that first game Damian Lillard was gonna be one of those guys. He saw it in him. And has been the truth since day one, a consistent ball player who's gotten better every year. He's done everything that he's asked from. Every year he's came back and gotten better and brought something different to his game. Think about the player that he is now. But in his first 3 seasons, second season led him to an All-Star and helped lead Portland to a 19-game win upgrade in his second season. Before Damian Lillard was having signature playoff moments like waving goodbye to the OKC franchise and sending them into a rebuild, he sent James Harden, Houston Rockets home with one of the clutchest shots in Trailblazers playoff history. Dame Time has been alive for a long time. Couldn't slot him higher because the rest of the list is just too respectable. We got Slim Reaper, aka KD.
What would it mean to you to be the number 1 draft pick?
I mean, it would be an honor for me. But like I said before, I'm just blessed to be in this position. I mean, I can't be picky, and whoever picks me, I'm willing to go and work hard.
Damn, Portland, what could have been? Talk about a top 5, top 3 scorer of all time. KD, Kevin Durant. Before I get any pushback in the comments, I love KD. I know what he did. His first 3 seasons came in, putting up buku scoring numbers. I get it. One of the youngest to average 30 points per game, youngest scoring champ ever. I get it. It just didn't translate into early wins. And I know he had the task of, hey, Oklahoma City, y'all may get up on my back and I'm going to, carry y'all into a new wave. which he did. I know there's plenty of y'all who are Kevin Durant fans now or who were Oklahoma City fans at the time, all because of KD. The impact that he had on the organization, hell, on the way that basketball is played now, like teams prefer that 6'8" wing who got guard-like abilities, and that started with Kevin Durant. Like putting up hellified numbers like this at the age of 21. You know, so that earned him 7 on the list, and we moving on to the next one. We got Melo at 6 right here. Carmelo Anthony, pull-up god Melo. Like, he's still taking his one dribble pull-ups to this day. Gee, like, I promise y'all, there's a YouTube video of Carmelo just taking pull-up jump shots for like 8 minutes straight somewhere on YouTube. I gotta find it. However, some may say Melo was snubbed for Rookie of the Year. You know, the chosen one, King James, was in his draft class, so you know how that goes. And if you don't know, that's the draft with DWade, Bron, Chris Bosh, you know, the Banana Boat draft class. Melo still came in and did his thing. Melo did lead his team to the playoffs every year, his first 3 seasons. Now, they were first round exits, but you know, that's still a great feat. You know, coming in as a rookie, leading your team in the West to the playoffs, that's impressive. Melo came in the league as a true scorer. He's still a true scorer to this day, so it's good to see him still flourishing in the league. So that was number 6. And now on the scheduled intermission, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn that bell on. And now we got Jay Tate at number 5. The only reason why Tatum is at 5 for me here is because his stats are not on the, you know, prettiest level, you know, as far as numbers, but he's won. He's gotten to he's performed at the highest level in the playoffs. And your first 3 seasons, you've made it to the Eastern Conference Finals twice. You know, you went toe to toe with LeBron James your rookie year. You know, and you put him in a, hold on, Kodak moment. Okay, yeah, and then a little love tap right there. Let them know you in the league. You here, like, that's respectable. You know, I that was major for me. And in his first 3 seasons, he's had a superstar impact on the Celtics, and he's definitely on the way to pushing signature shoe mode soon, like that type guy. And the best is yet to come. You know, him and Jaylen Brown gonna be doing their thing there, and with the hope of probably getting another star this season, in this off season, you never know. So the future is bright for Tatum. We gonna see what he got left in his NBA career for sure. At 4 though, that man, Luka Wonder, the Luka Magic. I ain't even finna get into it. You know, outside of, you know, his NBA career, his European career as well, his international career, like he just led Slovenia to their first Olympic men basketball berth, and oh, by the way, just dropped 48 points and 11 rebounds in his first Olympic game ever. Luka Doncic is on the way to another superstar status that, you know, like not many have touched. The LeBron James, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, the Kevin Durants, you know, those type guys for sure. The Giannis, you can say him too. Like he's up there with them guys, and his resume speaks for itself. First 3 seasons, just watched them, and it's been one of the best, one of the ones to remember for sure. So we got Luka at 4, and he's earned it. You could put him higher, debatable, but he's at 4 for sure. Number 3 though, check me out, King James. All right, yeah, I got him at 3. He went crazy his first 3 years. The chosen one has definitely exceeded all expectations. Like, you know, from day one, he had the weight of the NBA on his shoulders. Like, they was deeming him that guy, and he's came in and he's done everything and exceeded that. You know, he's put himself up there in the quote-unquote GOAT conversation. He's one of those guys on the Mount Rushmores. And in his first 3 seasons, he came in and took the league by storm. Was a top 3 scorer in his second and third season. Talking about an all-star starter, first team All-NBA, highest scoring average for a 21-year-old. Not to mention leading Cleveland back to playoff basketball and back to, you know, being relevant. his impact on the city of Cleveland will forever be noted. LeBron's impact was so crazy. The following season, after his third year, he took the Cleveland Cavaliers to the NBA Finals. Number 2, DRose. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. DRose was something special, dog. Never ever have I seen somebody like just. Man, I wish DRose didn't get hurt, bro. Like, one of the greatest players I've ever seen at such a young age. Like, dude was just one of the most explosive point guards I've ever seen. Like, think about Ja Morant on like probably like slight steroids, like 10 times steroids. Like, DRose used to just glide through players. Like, look at that. Super special. The youngest MVP in league history. I repeat, the youngest NBA MVP in league history. But I'm not going to take away from DRose's career now, making this into a coulda, woulda, shoulda ordeal. I'm going to appreciate the greatness that I saw in his first 3 seasons. Going head to toe with superstars like LeBron James, DWade, Kobe Bryant, Carmelo, and was holding his own. Even versus them Miami Heat Big 3 them days, like, he used to give us problems. Will forever be a legend in my book and should be a Hall of Famer. Number 1, how could it be anybody else but DWade? DWade came in and changed Heat culture for as we know it. A 17-win upgrade in his first 2 seasons. Helped lead the Heat to the playoffs in all 3 of his seasons. Was a 2-time All-Star there. Don't forget to mention all defensive team. In his second and third season, he was all NBA second team. He was top 8 in MVP voting as well. Top 10 in points per game. 10th in steals. Like, list goes on. DWade hopped right off the porch with it and got busy. Hit the ground running as soon as he got to the league. Took the Heat to the second round of the playoffs. In his first year, lost a tough series to the Pacers. Following year, we would see his game improve. He would come back with a nice little mid-range jumper and a nice crossover, according to players like Gilbert Arenas, talking about his development in a player and how he was one of his toughest guards. Shaq seen that and, wanted to come along, and boom, now we was in the contention of contending now. And DWade, sure enough, we got to the Eastern Conference Finals that year, and we lost. We lost to the Detroit Pistons in 7 games, a tough series. They would go on to win the NBA Finals. So, I mean, at least we went out to the champs, I guess you could say. But the following year, DWade, it was bald head DWade. Like, he was head hunting. And sure enough, going down 2-0 to the Dallas Mavericks in the NBA Finals, we saw what type of talent and what type of superstar Dwayne Wade was, and why when you mention top shooting guards of all time, you go Mike Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and D-Wade. And I'm not going for nothing else outside of that. Finals MVP in your 3rd season, I'm tracking on that, D-Wade. Number 1, you for sure. You earned it, because I ain't going to forget what you was on. But to my YouTube family, that's going to wrap up this Playmaker production. I appreciate you guys for sticking with me this far. It's a nice little stat sheet I put together. So a website I am not finna give out because they ain't paying me to give out no free promo. But please don't forget to subscribe, like the video. If you got this far, do you know the time that you were born? If so, drop it in the comments. Until the next one, my YouTube family, y'all please stay safe out there.